All right, we're starting this little podcast thing. Hello, and this is the podcast. I'm Anthony, DLR, as you can see by this. There you go. For audio listeners, you can't see it all. So, chat already starts with, why wouldn't you do talk shows when people are there? Because it's not always going to be people here. You can't depend on other people. Make sure you can lift yourself before you lift others. You understand? First quote, first podcast. This episode we're going to be doing news. News is basically E3. We're going to be taking it one press conference at a time. It's probably going to be a huge fucking news segment. You should put topics on the right. Yeah, I should put a lot of things on the right. Before I was actually going to put, for the audio listeners, I'm going to put chat on the right-hand side. But I realized if I'm going to put this up later on YouTube, chat could probably have a bunch of things that shouldn't be on there. Because I can't filter out whose text goes on there automatically. Not automatically, but automated. Yeah, don't trust chat. Chat already told me don't trust chat. That's why it's empty there, because it was supposed to be something there, but now it's just notifications when people sub and whatnot. So yeah, I'm just going to go straight diving in. Let me get my notes out. What the fuck was that noise? Is this? Oh, that's why. You can put mod only or sub only. I mean, in the chat, yeah, I can. For me to see, yeah, but not for the. If I were to put the widget on the left, I tried looking into that. But I can mute or I can filter out certain people. What is doing that noise? What was I gonna say? Open volume mixer. I don't know what the hell's doing that noise. I need to switch this over though to this. Hopefully it doesn't go super loud. Anyway. Yeah, notes. Let's go start with fucking EA, dude. Let's just get in there and do it. Order from oldest. So, yep, it started off with fucking game reveal, game mode. Is that what this is? Game engine. Oh my goodness. Anthem has me worried, but I still want it. Yeah, Anthem, it looks like EA's of Destiny. But I'll get to that. Properties I was looking for. That should still be working. That's working. I guess I can just talk by the sports one. I mean, they announced FIFA 19. Let me see. Notes. Not Dominoes. Why the hell did I load that up? Okay, what am I doing? There we go. Oh, it started with Battlefield 5. Am I a liar? Can you full screen this thing? Sure can. Sure fucking can. So. Oh, this for some reason. Oh, that's super fucking loud, I bet. I'm sorry. Put this thing down a bit. Bring back the bald lady. Well, they start off with EA. Or EA. Battlefield. Announcing, what is it? Tank destruction, because that's most of the things that they showed. Right, it's time. And also Royale mode. I think within like the first 5-10 minutes, they're like, oh, by the way, we are bringing Battle Royale mode because we need to hop on this as soon as possible. And so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But besides that, the game looks great, as always, still using Frostbite engine.
Where previously the fences were stationary.
Even loud, it's still as loud as me? God damn, dude. That should be it then. There you go.
And our renowned destruction system is back.
The video shouldn't even be. I don't even know why I have it on. It shouldn't even be playing. I don't even want it to be playing, to be honest. I'll keep it like this. It's for you to see, because otherwise people listening to it would be like, what the hell is that loud ass sound in the background? People exploding and shit. Excuse me. Just drank a Bang. I'm not sponsored. What am I talking about? Yeah, those are the big, I guess, featured or bullet points from this presentation at EA at their own conference. They teased over this. Oh, that's not it. Oh, they did actually. Hold on. They teased more videos for the DLC, which was that lady as the main protagonist. But more on that later on the Xbox side or Microsoft. They announced what is customizable units. Everyone clapping because everyone loved customizable things. The jacket looked cool. Yeah, nothing huge for Battlefield. It looked just like Battlefield. Let me see. Do they even have the structure? Do they have gameplay here in this one? Doesn't seem like it. Hold on. And shout out to the E3 recap website. It's great. It collects everything for you. There's some gameplay, I guess, here. Detonate explosives. I guess this is one of the new modes they showing off. Let's get a shout out to Christina Applegate. Isn't that an actress? Chat's already trolling me. So that's, as you saw, that's the reinforcements that they were talking about. Where you can build more defenses or put sandbags up so you can fortify your base. But it looks like it's only certain areas. It's not like a very dynamic place where you, or dynamic system where you can just place it anywhere. How much ammo per second can I throw? Ask chat. Probably the same amount as last time. I don't know. It looks like they die a little faster. But aside from that, it looks like more Battlefield, which is not a complaint. That's what we all wanted in World War II setting now. The UI seems the same, a little flatter than before. A little square for the menu for the menu map. What can I say? It's just more Battlefield. If you love Battlefield 1, there's more of that. You don't have to worry about. No, never mind. Moving right along because it was FIFA, but no one really. Who cares? To be honest, I'm not a huge sports guy. Chess, I like the squad revive system. It's also pretty good. Multiple game modes over multiple days. Oh, is that what it is? Did they just loop this over and over again? I guess so. Either way, they announced more FIFA. If you like FIFA, that's your thing. Usually the sports sections of the press conferences, I just use a restroom or something. No offense to those developers, but I just cannot with that. They announced a new thing with Origin Premium, which allows you to get most of the new games the day one, or actually even earlier, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, and you get everything on new games and everything that's in the vault currently. So it's like using the Xbox Game Pass, but for EA games. You're trying to push it by putting in what? I think it was Anthem on it? No, I don't remember. Let me push forward here a bit. It looks like it because they just showed it off there. Hey, you pay a little extra, I guess, and you get to play. It's subscription based. Everyone's aiming for subscription based. You pay them a certain flat fee and you play all their stuff, which sounds great on paper. But can you imagine 7 subscriptions? Oh, I like all of Ubisoft's games. I like EA's games. You'd be paying what, $40 a month just so you can play games from certain publishers. I mean, don't get me wrong. They have Titanfall. I think they added that too. But no, that's not my kind of thing. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Where is it? After that, they literally showed this man. This interview. I can't believe I wouldn't say wasted time, but you have nothing to show But this man says, hey, we're working on a Star Wars game called Jedi Fallen Order. That's it. He told us as much as we knew was it last year when they showed that montage of Star Wars games, and they were like, hey, we're working on a Star Wars game. We're working on a Star Wars game. We're all working on a Star Wars game. He gave us, let's see, the name, Jedi Fallen Order, when it took place, which is between episodes 3 and 4, and that it's coming out holiday of next year. But nothing else. Mind you, we have slots here for NBA Live, NFL Madden, and FIFA. You couldn't make a pre-rendered trailer or something? Not even a title card. Not even an image. This was confusing. Why would you put in, I don't know. I thought that was just not a waste of time, but like a filler. That's a lot of work, says Chad. I mean, yeah, for just putting up a logo on the screen for 20 seconds. Isn't that what they did with the first Battlefront when they revived it? Oh no, they put a AT-AT or something. Chad says he wants to see his hairline. Well, that's rude. And then after that, it was Battlefront 2. They don't even, this recap doesn't even have. Well, basically, for Battlefront 2, they announced Clone Wars DLC, which would include General Grievous, Obi-Wan, Count Dooku, and Anakin as playable heroes, and some other stuff. I've yet to play Battlefront 2, or yeah, I did play Battlefront 1. Whew. All the times I've seen it on sale, I'm like, should I get it? And I just never did. After that, what did they do? Unravel 2. The game reveal. Might as well show the demo, actually, because with the sub already. Thank you, Weird TV, for the sub. What is this? 9 months. Thank you. Shout outs in the middle of a podcast. Can you imagine? So yeah, they came out with the same. I think it was the same developer, right? The same guy who showed Unravel. It's the same. It's his game, right? Well, either way, he came out with a little more confidence this time, I think, since last time. Because the first time he came out to show off Unravel, the first time he looked very, very nervous. And who wouldn't? But this game came out, or they announced this, a little gameplay of Unravel 2. They added co-op, and they released it the same day, which was, I think, Saturday. Which I thought was pretty cool. I haven't played the first one, so I can't speak on how well, like, what is this game. It looks like a platformer, but a lot of it looks a bit scripted. Oh, there's that debug menu. Chat is not liking it. It looks boring. Leave my chat, Brian. Yeah, Unravel 2. For those out today, you can go get it now after this recording. Moving right along, the Sea of Solitude, I think, was the next thing. Do they have? Yeah, they do. Which actually looked pretty cool to me. It's going to be a very story-driven, I'm assuming very linear, but the art looks pretty good. I enjoyed the art style a bit. It's very minimalistic, but as long as it's short, I guess. Because if it draws on too long, it looks like it's going to be very story-driven, and a lot of it's just going to be very artsy, which is fine. If it doesn't overstay its welcome, if that makes sense. Unless the story does ask for the game to last long. Like, if you're able to just roam around the city that she's in, would be really cool. But get to see more, because it's just a nice little cut. After Sea of Solitude, what was it? NBA Live. I mean, what? I'm not entirely sure, but I think this is their... Did they have an NBA Live 2018? Or did they finally get the rights back? Because there was a time where 2K had the rights to basketball games, and EA couldn't either couldn't make it or they weren't selling that well in comparison. But I don't know. There's an NBA Live now. I don't know the information, the facts on that. Let's see. NFL Madden was afterwards. Again, sports fans, if you like Madden, they came back with more Madden. Now, in a surprising announcement, they announced a new Command and Conquer game. But not the type of Command and Conquer you were thinking. Just a cinematic. I'm going to show gameplay. Because I think they put like a 1v1 while this was happening. Every time I hear Command and Conquer, it's this times like 1,000. So, for those of you, I feel your pain. I played Command and Conquer once, but cheated in it. Just grabbed the trainer and beat the single player with like infinite resources. But this is quite the punch in the face, I think. I mean, it's cool it's mobile and you can go competitive with it, but jeez. I don't know. I was watching the two players go at it, and then they have the the commentators getting really excited for it. But this is one of those I think they could have. I don't think this was a E3 press on that. Like, I don't think this should have been like at their booth and be like, hey, look what we're working on. I don't know about pushing this to take time off the main stage, if that makes sense. Chad seems to agree. Skip this one. I like Civ more than Command and Conquer. I mean, this is an Instagram banner ad at most. Jeez. Yeah, nobody likes. No, I don't think anyone enjoyed this announcement. Moving on after the 1v1 is out on Android and iOS. So once they finished this, they ended the last game to show up was Anthem, because everybody was waiting for Anthem since the beginning. Story trailer. That story trailer was nice, but I'm not going to show that off. The gameplay is what we're here to see. And we'll get to that in the other press conferences. I thought gameplay was not important. Everything I've seen so far, it seems like it's EA's Destiny. With the different class types, they added an extra one. They allowed an extra player in squads. Destiny. I don't know why you're still doing only 3 per squad. They showed off a lot. They gave us more information with they had like an interview with Casey Hudson, the lead writer. I don't know the name. I don't know it's Casey Hudson because of Mass Effect, but the lead writer, and I forgot the third guy. They introduced the suits, which they call javelins. You're able to switch freely apparently before like the mission, so it's not like Destiny where there's gonna be a lot of comparison to Destiny here because this is their version. This is EA's Destiny. No matter how you spend this. So where was I? Can't switch. Yeah, you can switch suits between. No problem. You have to make an entire character. You can customize it, which everybody loves. I think they showed off a little bit of the customization, but I'm not entirely sure. Each of the javelins have their own specific traits. They have the Mario suit, which is the all-around guy. I think it's Ranger. The tank, which is this guy that you see here. For the audio listeners, the big bulky one. Like even here, for the audio listeners can't see here, but they even showed a world event, which was some huge thing called an Ancient Guardian, and he flies right by it. So I'm assuming, just like Destiny, there's like public events you can join. Maybe take down that thing, you get more loot, which is great. They mentioned they've set up the game in the back end so you can add more and more story DLC, which is they're just letting us know get ready for expansions. They made perfectly clear there's going to be no loot boxes that give you any power. If there's going to be any loot boxes, it's going to be aesthetic only, which is great. What did I stop off at? The suits. I keep skipping over the suits. There was I guess like a rogue type suit called the Interceptor, and then what's the Warlock one? The one with the power Storm. they're exactly what you think. The Storm one, at first glance, I thought was just an image from Destiny, but with better visuals. No offense, but the Frostbite engine is a bit, not better, but higher fidelity in terms of the artist there. Let's see. The loot drops during the. Oh, you can pick up the loot during the firefight, which is just like Destiny as well. And then at the end of it, they announced their release date, February 22nd, 2019. So right around the corner. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just judging from the gameplay here, I think it's gonna be fine. I think this is what the second? No, the second gameplay demonstration, right? This one seems more grounded, and by that I mean like this is like looks like this is gonna be the loop. Flying around like Iron Man, taking down things, flying like the environment so far that they've shown has been jungle-like or tropical until the end of here when you go underground. I'd like to see if there's gonna be more like expansive underwater areas because they usually go down for a little bit and then pop back up. They have underground ones as you can see. Did this man burp mid-sentence, chat? Nah. Or maybe I did, because I just had a energy drink, so it's carbonated. And an Anthem. I mean, yeah, EA's conference, that's pretty much EA's conference. They were like, hey, we're going to be, that's why I'm repeating, because it just goes backwards. The main show there was Anthem. Everyone was waiting for Anthem. We got a lot of information on Battlefield 5 during their live stream, so the big one that they had to show this year was Anthem. Did they deliver on it? I think so. You get the idea of you get the loop, fly around with your buddies, shoot up some things. The combo thing that my chat mentioned to deal more damage. I'm sure there's abilities and weapons that complement each other. But overall, yeah, EA had a fine. I wouldn't say even fine. EA had their Anthem showcase because the other games were fine, but wasn't the same. And then chat comes in with, yeah, that's nice and all, but why is Sora not in the new Smash Brothers? Okay, we'll get to Nintendo's fan service direct in later on. So moving on to Microsoft. And of course, they launch. They start off with Halo. Running on a new engine. I forgot the name of the engine. I don't think I wrote it down. Oh snap! By Snail just sub. Thank you for the sub, by Snail. Appreciate you. Get an A in the chat. Not an A. I'm sorry, a plug. I just saw someone else put something. Anyway, back to this thing. So they revealed this new Halo, running on a new engine. So and they off the bat said yes, this one is gonna be on PC, which is great, because what was it? I think Halo 5 came with Forge, which was the mode, and you can sort of play online by making custom games, and it was just not what we wanted. For some reason they were showing a lot of wildlife here. At first I'm like, what is this? At first, what did I think it was? I don't know. I was writing down and I'm like, this has to be like a new IP or something. I didn't think the rings that were falling down were Halo related at all. And here I'm like, what squad-based game is this? I just did not know what this was. Either way, they announced that it's going to be on. This basically was a tech demo, I guess, because you see a warthog flying by, and then they said there'll be more information later. So not much info. They're just letting you know, hey, Halo Infinite is coming. It's going to be on PC, and it's going to be a story about Master Chief. Whether it takes place right after 5, I don't know if they did mention it, but who knows? So I mean, great start so far for their conference. They're like, hey, here's our games, man. Here's our go-to IPs. Let's get them out of the way. Let's see. Then right after that, they follow up with Ori. Because I think it has been a while since we've seen anything on Ori. At first, I thought they were going to try to hit us with the same, like, sad story that the first game had, with introducing some purple owl-looking creature, because this just shows, like, a little, what is it? Like a montage of it growing up, learning how to fly. I'm like, I swear if this owl dies right here, I'm not buying this game. But I'm sure he'll die later on in the game, because it feels. But the game looks gorgeous, just like the first one did. They showed off more gameplay mechanics. It seems like Ori can now do some melee combos, which is nice. Before it was just those like orbs that auto attacked. Now he can aim projectiles. Look like he can lift people with melee attacks, which is pretty cool. The platforming looks just as challenging as before, if not more, because they're gonna have to step it up anyway. Yeah, all in all, looking forward to Ori. I'm gonna play that. First one I enjoyed a lot. New bosses, what else? It's just more of the same. I'm gonna be saying there's more of the same because it's a lot of the games that they showed this E3 on the conferences were just more of the same. Let's see. After the Ori trailer, From Software came up. This was a surprise. I was not expecting From Software to come up on the press conference here. So they unveiled this game called Seek. I don't know how to pronounce this, so pardon my pronunciation. Sekiro? Sekiro? Shadows Die Twice. When I first saw this, I thought it was maybe Neo or some like spin-off of Neo that's going to be coming out. And then I saw the From Software, and I'm like, oh no, this is their take on this. But this is actually a very fast-paced, not fast-paced. It looks like a very responsive combat, like, I don't know, like agile movement. He has this rope that he can use to pull targets to him or himself to targets. It looked really cool. The combat is what got me, and there's some traversal as well that I saw that I really enjoyed. Why is this shitting the bed? Sorry, the YouTube video player was just crapping. Yeah, the combat looked fast, and I don't know, the type of combat I actually enjoy. You gotta think quickly. You can his parry comes out quick. It's all in all very sharp. It looks good. It looks like more of their game. Like the combat looks just like their game, but I don't know. It looks fluid in some way. The combat looks fluid. It looks like they took a page off of Neo. I think that's pronounced Neo, the Sony game. Sorry for the quiet there. I gotta get everything ready. After let's see, they didn't even announce they just said 2019 for the release. So sometime in 2019 is when we'll see this. Then Todd Howard comes up on stage. What is wrong with this website right now, dude? Shout out to 83recap.com, because this is how I got all these sorting filters, all this loaded up fantastically, so I can go back to back and see all the videos. Oh, it's just crap in the bed, unless I just lost internet. Wow. Can this website load it up? Thank you. Shit. What is wrong? Let me see if I can load it up somewhere else, because shit. Either way, so I guess I can go through my notes on this one and not show any video because this thing is crap in the bed. Where was that? Fallout 76. Todd Howard came out and just gave us a brief overview with a new trailer showing off the environment mostly and the character walking. He confirmed that it was in the location's now in West Virginia, that the map was four times bigger than Fallout 4, which I guess great, but I for one think if you're gonna do something like that huge, fill it with things to do. But more on that when we get to Bethesda's. Network error. I think the website's just shit in the bed. There we go. Looks like it loaded up again. We're at Microsoft and sort by oldest. Cool. So yeah, he came out, gave us that information, and he told us the time period, which was a prequel to all the Fallouts. This is supposed to apparently take place. When is it? He said 25 years after the bombs went off, or don't quote me on that. I think I might have my facts wrong there, but I think it takes place 25 years after the bombs dropped, instead of the hundreds that were later on. So yeah, my internet's just shitting the bed. Just straight shitting is what it's doing. Look at that, just frozen. What's happening? Look at that. All right. Goodness. All right. Well, whatever gets... Oh, now it came back. What the fuck is going on? All right. Well, I'm just going to move on. And hopefully you guys can see that while it's shitting the bed. So after the Fallout 4 information, they moved on to Captain Spirit, which is Square Enix, the developers of Life is Strange, started making a second game called The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. Come on. Alright, I was giving a shout out to the site, but this site's just crap in the bed again. So I'm just gonna go to YouTube and just do it from there, because shit. No, it's just my internet, because now YouTube's just shit in the bed too. Okay, well, people, we tried. It's gonna be my face here the entire time. Yeah, Captain Spirit looks cool. It's a kid with a heavy imagination. The kid can tell stories. I'm assuming that's how we're gonna be going through his life. Maybe he's gonna have like a rough time at home, and then he'll translate that into his stories. I mean, I enjoyed Life is Strange. I haven't played this prequel or the second one that they're working on. Excuse me. And yes, I did burp again. Get used to it. Then after that, Crackdown 3. I was waiting to see what they were gonna show. After they delayed it they delayed it yet again. But yeah, they had Terry Crews on there, showing off a lot of some of the things you can do. I guess not all of them, because it doesn't show you how you're gonna be doing them. They still have the same Crackdown type of things with the agility things on the buildings, except now you can swap between vehicles. I think it is. You can still power up. It's a lot of shooting, explosions, very Crackdown. And the February 2019 release date. That's not much. It was a cool action-packed trailer, but it's not something that... Wow. Let me just go to Chrome then, because Firefox, I think, is just horrendous. Well, I'm doing that. What happened to that? Oh, Nier. Xbox announced they're having... Oh, not Xbox announced it. I guess they were showing off the Xbox release for Nier Automata. I think it comes with most of the DLC. Should be out soon, June, later on this month. I think in a week or two. It was good for the people who didn't get to play it. I didn't even think it was only a PS4 and PC thing. I thought it was already out for all the consoles, but I guess not. Let me close this. I haven't hit close in it because it doesn't do that fast enough. Shit. Firefox. For real? Whole list. Filters. Let's see if this one shits the bed. Anyway. Where are we at? I guess it's not in order in the way I thought it was. After the Nier announcement, they went with Metro Exodus. Which, okay. I played both of them. They were both fine. Very graphically intensive games. They look great. Played alright. You still play as Artyom from the second game. It looks like they added a Crisis-like weapon customization. So at one point in the trailer, the guy lifts his gun or points the gun sideways towards the camera, and he was swapping like magazines and suppressors and scopes as if you were playing the old Crisis. It looks open world from the trailer, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure they've had an interview already by the time of this recording, whether or not it just looks open world, but it probably not. The previous games weren't, so I highly doubt it. But again, looks great. With the gun handling, hopefully is improved, and not everything's a bullet sponge. Moving on after that. They went ahead and went straight into Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah. Which I think in this trailer, they unveiled the Frozen World. And I think that's it, right? That was new. Which, again, this game looks great. With the new engine, they make it... You're basically playing the CG... The CG cutscene that you saw in the first Kingdom Hearts and 2, you're basically playing that in real time. That's how great the visuals look. But that also looks more of the same. The characters look great, cutscenes look fine. It looks like they have some... Either the voice actors... Either they have the voice actors from the movie, or there's some really good impersonators. Because there's some of the characters sounded just like the characters. But yeah, in this trailer they show... The Xbox conference trailer they show... I guess Sora's voice, but we probably already heard that before. It's just now when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, that's what it's gonna sound like. For the Frozen World, Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, and I think Toy Story. The one thing I did write down, and for some reason it bothered me, is at a certain point in the trailer it shows the fucking blocks, like the ship they used to run around in the first two games, and that bothered me. Like, you couldn't have updated the ship to look cooler. It's just that same blocky 5 polygon gummy. Yeah, Chad just corrected me there. It's gummy ship, and that bothered me. Like, not the gameplay itself. Like, cool, you can fly through different worlds, but like, why does it look like it's still in PS2? Update it. You have look at the rest of the game. Like, look at this. If you can't, I mean, audio listeners, you can't, just look up the trailer, I guess, but great. But then this gummy ship came up, and I'm like, why? You couldn't just add more polys? I don't know. That's probably nitpicking, but I mean, that's what I'm here for. Let's see. After the Kingdom Hearts later, they came up with Sea of Thieves. Yeah, Sea of Thieves, guys. Remember that? More DLC. It was a pretty cool cutscene. I'm not sure if that, like, when you're playing the game, the cutscenes are this funny, but not funny, but comical, I guess. They were touting 4 million players so far, which I guess is pretty good. Depending on how much they spend on the game, it doesn't matter. 2 DLCs, one coming soon and one coming on later on in the year. That's all they had for it. With a funny little trailer here. Yeah, I can move past that real quick. It wasn't a huge thing. Battlefield came up. I'm not even gonna show that trailer because it was... I don't know if it's the main campaign story or it was a DLC story. But anyway, it's about a female lead. She's, I guess, I don't know. She was a female lead. She was shooting things up. It was action packed. It was Battlefield. Another one of their excuse me, jeez. IPs, Forza was announced. Horizon, which I was super excited for that because I enjoyed Horizon 3 a lot. That gameplay video here. The game looks visually great, just like it always has. What did they announce? Now they have the season system. Before in Horizon 3, they only had rain, I think, and then the DLCs had like a blizzard mountain, which was snow. Now Horizon has all the seasons: fall, spring, summer, winter, which is great because it'll definitely change the tracks and the way, or I guess the way you traverse through the tracks. So you can't just be speeding the same way you would in winter, in summer, or in winter. The destruction looks a lot better now. Visually, it just looks great. It looks like more Horizon. It takes place in Britain. The shared world thing I already mentioned. Instead of the AI that they were doing last time, or the drivatars or whatever it was, where you'd like, oh, that's my friend's drivatar. Now it's actually them driving around in the free world. Not free world, in the open world. They were touting a 60 FPS mode, which I still have a question on. Like, what do you mean a mode for 60 FPS? That doesn't make that. So is the Xbox One X only gonna have the 60 FPS, or is it something where like even the S will tone down the graphics and you can run it at 60? That's, who knows. But a release date going along with that too, October 2018. So great. October's already starting to look great. It's probably gonna be filled with a bunch of games. After the Forza announcement, they moved on to We Happy Few with another, I think, story trailer. Uh-oh, it's doing the same thing again.
Rated M for mature.
This game always visually looked fantastic, or in terms of aesthetic, art style. I've always wanted to give it a shot once it came out. Now they're saying that the release will be in August, which is great news again. I was really excited when I saw the Gearbox publishing. I'm like, oh, maybe they'll come back later and show Borderlands, but nope. Spoilers, they weren't in any of the conferences. It looks like yeah, okay, no, I mentioned August. Whoop. After the... What the heck is the game again? We Happy Few. PUBG announced afterwards. Not announced, I'm sorry. More content for PUBG. Or actually, I was watching the thing, I didn't know what they were talking about. They showed, I think it was just like a where's it at? Right here. Xbox Play Anywhere. Oh, so there's a Windows, Universal Windows Platform version? I didn't even know that. Oh no, the way it's just a website, just crapping the bed. I bet you're leaking a bunch of memory. Oh snap, something went wrong. Yeah, it's a website. So I guess I just go, well, in order, I guess, from this, just in case. Yeah, PUBG. It showed off like a trailer cut up together with a bunch of action stuff, had like cool explosions and shooting and stuff. But whoever likes PUBG is the year. I mean, that's great. Tales of Vesperia was announced afterwards with a trailer showing some gameplay off. Division 2 was right after that. Showed off some more in-game footage. They had to do the voiceovers, the actors pretending that's how people play online. They're consistent. They're still doing it. Environment. Where does it take place again? Washington D.C. They announced. I also made a note that when you're playing the Division 2, you gotta level them up. You gotta get you leveled up. That was the quote of the trailer right there. Microsoft then came out and said they acquired more first-party studios, which was great. They need as many first-party studios working on new things because, as you can tell by this list of games, a lot of these are still multi-platform. There were only 2 or 3 games that are actually exclusive. Which, let me go back. Halo Infinite. The Ori's not, because that's going to be on PC, and I think that's timed exclusive. Crackdown. So we got Halo, Crackdown, Forza, which is, yep. And that's it. So yeah, acquiring more studios is great for them. That's a good move on their part. Gears, just chat. Well, we'll get into Gears soon. Yeah, where are we at here? Show a little bit of gameplay for the new Tomb Raider. Shout out to Tomb Raider, which is great in game. It's Lara becoming a murderer, I guess, because she's been killing a lot more in these trailers. It looks like more Tomb Raider, which is great because the first two were fun. So there's a lot more of that, more tombs to raid. That'd be great. If they start expanding the levels to make it seem like it's open world in different sections, would be great. Then after that, it was the biggest bait and switch I've probably experienced. I'm thinking it was Skate, but it's definitely not. It's a game called Session. And it seems to be created by a studio called Creature, with a dash in the middle, Studios. So far, it says it's an exclusive coming to Xbox Play Anywhere, so Xbox One and Windows through Windows Store. I could have swore it was Skate up until they put the name up. So, but it was just a trailer of skating, no actual demo to see how the game actually plays. During this recording, anyway. They might have had an interview by then, but afterwards they announced Black Desert Xbox Play Anywhere. I could have sworn this game came out already, or I don't know if it's gotten a rebrand or what the case is. Yeah, I think it's just an MMORPG by Pearl Abyss. I don't have much info on that. Devil May Cry 5 was announced, but this is not an exclusive. Capcom came out with it, so it's gonna be multi-platform. Looks like Nero lost his arm and became Edward Elric with his metal arm. I had to write this down because I saw him pop shove it a missile. He was skateboarding a missile, like riding a missile, and he hit it with a fucking Tony Hawk pop shove it. What else? And Dante appeared near the end of the trailer. That was pretty much it. Did they even announce? Let me double check. See if I can watch the video without it. Oh yeah, Q2 of 2019. So. Like what, maybe March, April of next year. Afterwards, they moved on to Cuphead DLC, The Delicious Last Course. A new character, more bosses. I think more items you can buy at the store, or like a new, not new bosses, a new what's it called? Aisle. You know how you can go from like chapter to chapter, and it's like a huge like a huge area full of levels. That's basically what they added. After that, Tunic was shown off, which is I wrote down Fox Zelda, according to what I seen of the gameplay. I think it's multi-platform because it shows Xbox One, Windows, Mac OS, Linux. If it's an exclusive, it'll be timed. But yeah, it looks great, cutesy, but it looks like it's responsive. It looks like Zelda, and an isometric camera. Looked great. Oh, and now we have Randall, a special guest. Leading on to Jump Force, the anime fighter. I don't know what to expect. I saw too many animes on screen, but it looks like it's going to be an arena fighter. Like a, what was it? What the heck is that game called? Oh my goodness. Xenoverse style fights, but I haven't seen gameplay because it was just that pre-rendered scene. Arena fighter. Thank you, chat. I showed off who? Frieza, Goku, Naruto, I think it's Luffy from One Piece. I mean, look, I didn't see any gameplay yet, so I mean, it looks cool. Yeah, the website is just shit in the bed, so there's that. After that, Dying Light 2 was announced. Now, it looks like the movement was improved from the trailer. Like the parkour was more fluid. It didn't seem like robotic. Not that the first one did, but this one looks even smoother than before, more fluid. They added dialogue options now, with actual changes to the world. They showed off a guy, I think, was it selling water? It would change either choosing to sell water or some other, I forgot the choices. I didn't write those down. I just know the main bullet point was there's choices now that changes the actual story, which is great. Which moves into Battletoads announcement. That's for the. I never played Battletoads, so that was not like a huge announcement for me. 3-player co-op. Yeah, that's it. I think they had a title card. That's about it. They didn't show any gameplay at all. Okay, there's no point in me fucking filtering through this. Yeah, it's supposed to be an exclusive. Play Xbox, play anywhere. So it's on PC, but it's on PC through the Windows Store. What you doing, Randall? Okay. Just talking to my ghost over there. What do we... After Battletoads, Just Cause 4 was shown off. They showed off destructive weather, I think. It was like a tornado or some sort of hurricane destroying somebody. Destroying airplanes and stuff. But it looks like more Just Cause. No problem. Then it came to their next first party game, which was Gears. To first start off with Gears Pop, an actual game on mobile where you play as pop versions of Gear characters. It was a pre-rendered trailer. Don't know what you're gonna do in it. They follow that up with Gears Tactics, which is gonna be a PC exclusive, which is cool. I guess in the same vein as Halo Wars, probably. Or maybe not. It says turn-based tactics on here. Who knows? And then they follow up with Gears Proper, which is the next sequel, Gears 5. Seems like you're going to be playing as... I forgot her name, but it's the female in the fourth one. The enemies look new, because there were some slimy-looking ones there. I think there was actual melee system that they added from the trailer that I've seen. That's about it from now. The story mode seems like you're playing as her with one of the other characters. Then Microsoft took a minute to talk about their future plans with Microsoft, like Microsoft AI to improve on AI in the term, like, if you guys seen Westworld, I'm assuming they're trying to make AI like that so they don't have to program AI. They'll have set parameters and your games will be very as dynamic as possible. Pushing cloud gaming. What else? The Xbox Game Pass. They added more. They announced like 2 more games. I think it was Fallout 4 and The Division additions to it. They're gonna be expanding Xbox Game Pass, adding a faster start mode for Xbox Game Pass, which would load up your Xbox Game Pass games faster due to machine learning. They want to do game streaming just like PlayStation Now. I don't know why. That's unless they found a way to eliminate latency altogether, but I highly doubt it. And then, to surprise just about everybody and the grandmother, Cyberpunk made an appearance and gave away a shitload of Witcher 3 game keys right under our noses. Either way, but the game looks great. Let me see, do they have what's the trailer at? Maybe it'll work here. Very vibrant, just like Witcher was.
More people living below the poverty line than anywhere else.
It looks very cyberpunk. The city looks as cyberpunk as you can imagine. Flying cars.
It's all true. But everybody still
It looks like a living and breathing GTA 5 cyberpunk. It's very vibrant. Daylight. I don't think they showed off at nighttime or.
an illusion.
Did they? Let me move up here real quick. No, it was all in the daytime.
You're going.
Oh, right there. Yeah, they did show off nighttime, which looks great. I mean, if it's 10% like Witcher, like Witcher 3, it's gonna be great.
It's a city of dreams.
It's gonna be huge. It looks like they have mob bosses here. The guy has his own fucking vehicle that we're probably gonna be driving. That's gonna be the horse of the game, I'm assuming. And according to chat, and you make your own character, so it's not. We're not following Geralt of Cyberpunk. We're actually making our characters to live in this world, which is great. Everything about it looked great. I wish they showed off a demo, but I guess that's for another time. Yeah, it was a great first look. The last time we saw this was the lady who's committed murder, I guess, and she was deactivated, and then reprogrammed or repurposed to become a cop of some sort. I'm assuming you're gonna be one of those people. You create a character and you join that force and go up against mob bosses and whatnot. That's how Xbox has ended. All in all, it was pretty good. Back-to-back games. Not a lot of them were exclusive. It was just, hey, can you show off your game on our stage, which is fine, because it got everybody hyped, and they're like, oh my god, I see all the things on Xbox. It'll bring more press to Xbox. They need their names being said out there other than only on PlayStation or something. So, I forgot to mention, they show off a bunch of indie games as the ID at Xbox. Let's see. What's the chat saying here? Boy looking like Knight Rider. I'm just hoping the combat feels polished. Witcher's fighting was meh. Oh, this seeing as it's Cyberpunk and there's gonna be a lot more projectiles in this game, I'm assuming I can only assume Melee's gonna take a backseat. Like, it's probably gonna be basic Melee. A lot of it's gonna be shooting. Probably, hopefully, doing context cover instead of pressing a button. Oh my goodness. And that ends EA's. Moving on straight to Bethesda. I'm sorry, I think I saw chat say the Todd Thesda conference. Either way. Let me just start off by saying Bethesda's press conference was very awkward in a lot of moments. Very cringeworthy in some moments where it's like, I think the biggest part was showing off. What was the game that we're showing off? Oh, it was Rage, and it was a shorter dude and a tall guy, and I think the tall guy was first time speaking in public, like in a kind of crowd like that. So he like either froze or his what is it? The prompter didn't come up or something. It was just, we were just staring at him, just smile at the camera and nod his head, and it was just very, very awkward. Either way, Rage 2 showing off a bunch of gameplay. Looks like a more faster pace. Rage 1. Who's it being? Is it by Machine Games? No, it's Avalanche Studios. The gunplay looks fun. Was it third person? No, it's still first person. The gunplay looks great. You can combine a bunch of grenades and stuff to take out your enemies in style. They say it's coming out spring 2019. Like, it's just the trailer was explosive. They played they showed a demo, but it was a pre-recorded demo with a bunch of editing, switching between. Chat says Rage looks like Bulletstorm. It does look like it plays like Bulletstorm. With, hey, let's just be stylish and kill a bunch of stuff. After that, Elder Scrolls Legends, which is their card game. You don't know anything much about that besides it's a card game. I don't play card games at all, so if you're into it, cool. Following that up with Elder Scrolls Online Somerset, an expansion for the Elder Scrolls Online game, should be releasing June 10th. I think they announced there's going to be more expansions later on, but I don't think they named it or gave it a release date. And then Doom Eternal, which is the direct sequel to Doom 1. Last time we played Doom, last thing that happens in Doom is you're betrayed and you're stuck in hell. So they say, according to an interview, I think of yesterday or whatever, they say that it takes place right after you're in hell, and then it also, for some reason, shows like that Earth has the demon as well. So I guess at some point you leave hell and go to Earth and try to save it. But there's a lot of monsters that they showed, some new ones. Looks like some of them are going to be bosses, and it's just looks like more Doom. I don't think it was any gameplay, but they said there's going to be more information at QuakeCon, which makes sense. That's where they would show that. Speaking of Quake Champions, they showed off a trailer. Release date would be June 10th, apparently, but that doesn't make any sense because that's... Oh, okay, because they released a open trial. So for the next week, you can claim it on Steam and be able to play the trial past the date that they said. I don't know if you outright own the game afterwards, but I don't know. The fine print's a little iffy there. After Quake Champ, I think they showed more gameplay, highlighting a bunch of the characters. or the classes. I'm sorry. And yeah, trailer ended it, and they told you that it's available. The free trial open, the free open trial started right away, and you can claim it. And then they moved on. Prey Moon Crash is a DLC for Prey, which adds like a challenge. I don't even know. It's a survival mode, I guess, and I think multiplayer it adds, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it was multiplayer. I think it's like a 4 versus 1 or 5 versus 1, where everyone hides as inanimate. It was basically prop hunt. When they were explaining to me, it's like you're playing prop hunt with other people, which is fun. Prop hunt's fun. Right on to an announcement I was not expecting, which was Wolfenstein Youngblood. Because I think Wolfenstein came out, 2 years ago? Or a year ago? Wolfenstein 2. And they're still, I think, making expansion DLCs for it. Yeah, and this one is co-op, which is great. You play as BJ Blazkowicz's twin daughters. And the trailer looked great. We're going to release in 2019. No window or anything, just a year. So it could still be pushed back, but I doubt it. Bethesda's been pretty on the ball with release dates. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to do Fallout 76 yet. Let me move on. I'll come back to Fallout 76. Then they announced Skyrim, the very special edition, which is an Alexa game where you talk to Alexa and play Skyrim. Everybody thought it was a joke. Apparently it is not. There was an article releasing that will actually be a video game on your... No, I guess not a video game, an audio game for your Alexa. More information is probably online somewhere. I did not look up the info, but that's an actual... I mean, they made the trailer. We all laughed. They laughed. And then they actually made the game. Or are going to make the game. After that, they released Fallout Shelter for, what was it, PS4 and Switch. Same day, drop in the stores now. They're in the eShop and stuff, like in the digital stores. What else? Elder Scroll Blades, which is mobile Skyrim. They just finished making a joke on porting Skyrim to everything, then they made a new one. It's VR compatible, and you play it on your phone only. They say, yeah, it starts off as it's on your phone. It's supposed to be a dungeon crawler. They say they want to port it over to consoles and stuff later on, but right now you can get pre-registration for the game. But it looks just like Skyrim with touch controls. You have a town. You can develop. I mean, it's just Skyrim. But a lot of it, they mentioned, is procedurally generated. Sorry. So, I mean, you're not going to play the same dungeon twice, which I guess is great for fans of the shoot and loot, or kill and loot. They announced 2 games that they have nothing to show for, which is Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6. Basically just saying, we are working on it. Starfield, it was just a planet, and then what seems to be a satellite that they showed. And then it goes and says the title card. Elder Scrolls was just pre-rendered mountains, and then I think the title card as well, which is Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know why those 2 were shown there. Especially the last couple of years, Bethesda usually have been showing games that are coming out. Have they? I don't know. It just felt really weird to show just title cards. They usually have gameplay and stuff, but... Alright, now to the big guy. Fallout 76. Todd Howard comes here with a bunch of fucking gifts for everybody. With the first thing being a co-op. 4-player co-op on Fallout. Great. Up to 4-player squads, I think. He mentioned that you can run into other players, maybe that are not in your squads, but it wasn't completely clear. It says the game can be played single player, so the squads thing is completely optional, which I'm assuming you can have it so you don't have any online players messing up your game or your experience, whatever. They show off the ability to move your compounds around through a little device that they have I'm not sure how that would work, but wait, hold on. Chat has questions. 4-player co-op. I thought you could just be with a bunch of people. That's what I also thought, but judging from gameplay, it's just you can see other people on the lower left. It's 4-player squad, so I'm assuming 4 people can join your instance. But we won't know until we actually see more of setting up a multiplayer game. But to my knowledge, at this time, is 4-player co-op. That's all I've seen so far. That's the safest thing to assume at this point. Mobile compounds, I already mentioned. They added I guess he said we wanted to see what happens if you all have nuclear missiles. So apparently there's launch codes that you would need to find, excuse me, to launch nuclear devices to other players. Whether or not it's players in your squad or just someone in your friends list. I don't think he shared that much detail on it. And then, of course, he put a date on it. November 14th is when it will be out. Now, as much as everybody was exploding in joy for Fallout 76, I took a step back and reviewed what they're giving me. And they are giving me a co-op mode for Fallout. Yes, there's a new location. Yes, mobile compounds. That all could have been added to Fallout 4. And an expansion of some sort. But hey. So yes, the co-op is cool. Hey Randall, you know what's happening here? Hello Randall, are you here?
I'm trying to take it off, sorry. Continue.
Jesus Christ. Excuse my language here. Yeah, there's not difficulties. It's human difficulties. Humans being difficulties. Alright. Sorry about that. But yeah, Fallout 77 looks fine. I just don't know why they made an entire game to show off co-op. That could have been like a huge expansion for Fallout 4, but yeah, the game looks great. The environment looks great. It looks like they improve on a lot of rendering techniques because the shading looks a little better. Yeah, that's basically Bethesda's. Jesus, an hour in, we're only down 3, so got a bunch of other people. For these other ones, I don't know much about. Scum was in. What is this? Scum. Ugh, I don't know what the hell that is. A Windows exclusive survival game called. I don't even know what this is. Might as well watch this now, with no audio, but.
With over 3 times as many drones.
This was announced. I don't know where. Early access teaser trailer.
Moments.
So I guess it's another survival game that looks just.
Tech One Security is on site to keep contestants in line.
Whoa! And a guy gets headshotted. So yeah, another survival game.
And of course,
with mechs, I guess.
Back again for
Announced it wasn't during a press conference, so I guess I should just move on. What was yesterday?
Welcome to the next era in Supermax survival.
What am I gonna say after that? Oh, it was Square Enix. That's who it was. Square Enix comes in. I didn't see these, so I'm just going off of a smaller list here. Hold on, let me bring up those. There we go. I have a nice little summary here of what happened during that. More information on the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit. So apparently it's launching this month as a free download for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Did not know that. Also contains clues about Life is Strange 2. Alright. That was good to me. These are all like headlines I've got to read now because I didn't watch these conferences. I was at work. New Dragon Quest 11 trailer showing off story. More Final Fantasy 14, I think it is. Yeah, Monster Hunter World crossover. And then And a new update for Stormblood. Under the Moonlight will bring content from Capcom's hit RPG to the MMO on PS4 and PC. Great, I guess, for those MMO players. Just Cause 4, more information, I guess more detail. Showed off a bunch of more weather, gadgets, more explosives, vehicles. Kingdom Hearts 3 was also shown, I guess. What else? Showing off the same trailer, I guess. Because they're not saying anything new other than Frozen Wreck-It Ralph, but that was shown off at Xbox's press conference. A game called The Quiet Man. Apparently I heard that one was very interesting. Let's see if this thing works. It's supposed to be about a man who viciously kills people with live action cutscenes. Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. Sorry, audio listeners, but I'm taking a look at the trailers I've not seen. Not bad. Yeah, it's a beat 'em up, looks like.
My name is Michel Corp, and my name is Raoul Barbet. We are the two creative directors of Life is Strange.
How about a man who just beat the ever-living crap out of these kids?
The awesome adventures of Captain Spirit.
A game coming to PS4 PC. No word on Xbox, I guess. It could be a timed exclusive, but who knows?
To download for free on the 26th of June.
In August. I guess more information in August. Sorry. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Coming in for more information. More gameplay, which is just more Tomb Raider. If you've played the first two, it's pretty much that so far. And that was it. That was Square's conference. I heard it was lackluster. I didn't want to believe it. They also announced, I guess, Babylon's Fall. A lot of it's not actually aggregated here, so let's take a look at what that is. I'm gonna skip by and see if there's actual gameplay. It doesn't seem like there is. Oh, maybe there is. Skipping through here real quick. The guy gets cut in half. It's all pre-rendered. Showing 4 characters, so it might be a co-op game. It's Platinum Games new game. Platinum Games new project. There we go. Babylon's Fall. So it's probably gonna be action-packed, fast-paced action, just like they always do, like Bayonetta style. Dragon Quest, I spoke about it. Quiet Man, Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, all right. So that was Square Enix. That was short, not so sweet. People were expecting to see the new Avengers game or whatever Marvel game they were working on. I think it was the Avengers game. No show, no mention. What else? Final Fantasy VII didn't even make an appearance there. The remake, anyway. Let me get some water here, cause shit. Alright, let's just move on to Ubisoft. Also not great. But I'm talking about not great by Square Enix. So they came in showing off Beyond Good and Evil 2. Oh, they have a lot of content here. Having an interview, story trailer. I didn't play the first one, so I'm not going to look at any of those trailers. I heard the game was good, and they're making a second one. They talked about Rainbow Six Siege. Don't know what about. Let me see if I can find some more information on that. But I highly doubt it. Do I have something playing in the background? No, I think it's the website. Oh, maybe I did.
Just remember all the good
Wow.
the Purge does.
I did. Because the site I went to had it. Great. That's great. Anyway, we're learning baby steps. Assassin's Creed Odyssey they showed off. I didn't see it, so I can't really speak on it. We called in help from Randales. He says it looks good.
You can pick, choose between 2 characters, a dude and a girl.
You can choose between 2 characters, dude and a girl. Is it the same person renamed, or is it actually 2 separate characters?
2 separate characters.
Okay. So similar to Assassin's Creed. What is it? The English one. Dang, what's it called? Oh well, the one that took place in London or something. Yeah, I forgot the name of that one too. So it's the same deal, I guess. Syndicate. Thank you, chap. Same as Syndicate, I guess. It takes place in Greece. Ancient Greece, sorry. Launching an Xbox One, PS4, and PC. The date was released as well. October 5th already, people. October's getting full of games. It's already muted. Let me pause it anyway. Already spoke of The Crew 2, open beta for it. Coming soon. Division 2. We'll have raids and new specializations, Ubisoft confirms. Okay, I mean, that's one of the things that Division 1 didn't have at the end of it. Once I finished the all the PvE stuff, I didn't care for the PvP stuff in the Dark Sector, or what was it? I don't remember. The sax is louder than you. What sax? What is playing? Here's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna mute the desktop audio. There we go. No more shit getting louder than me here. Goodness. Where was I? For Honor update. I honestly didn't even think people were still playing that game. I thought it came and went. It had some like free trial periods a bunch of times. Good for it, I guess. I've never played it, and I just don't see any interest in playing it. And speak of the devil, there's a starter edition for Honor, I guess, to raise more awareness on it. A new faction's being added to For Honor. What else? A breach mode. I mean, for the people who like For Honor, they're getting quite the support. Because more and more, every time I hear For Honor on headlines, they're getting more and more content. I just never got around to play it. And of course, moving on to Just Dance 2019. This game, I think, will never die. Every E3, they're announcing a new Just Dance. I'm pretty sure you can play this on anything at this point. The Just Dance, I think, is Ubisoft's Skyrim. And they said they can play it on mobile. You can cast it to your TV somehow. You can play Just Dance like 1,000 different ways, which is great. I guess that's why it hasn't gone away. People like it. Great. They show off Skull and Bones, which people are swearing is just not Black Flag. But according to the videos I've seen, like game demos, it's the uploader may not be available to this country. Oh, okay. Well, let's try this. It looks, from the gameplays I've seen, it looks like you're playing Black Flag. When it comes to the combat and like they took that part of their engine for Black Flag and just made a game. Which I'm not complaining because that's one of my favorite parts from Black Flag. It was just the ships fighting. It was the ships, but it looks like you're managing crews now. It looks like a more in-depth version. Yeah, boarding. This has potential. Like, this is something I'd give it a shot. Legendary chess, like it looks fine. Like, that's something I'd give a shot. Looks good. It's just looking good. When does they have a release date? 2019. Is all I have listed here. Not sure. As of this writing, it's 2019. We're recording, not writing. Hunting Grounds mode, which features PvP, VE, which is, I'm sure that'll be great. Very Titanfall attrition style. Starlink. The only thing I've heard about the Starlink is that, Star Fox is on it. As like something's happening. Coming out October 16th. Coming out on current gen consoles, PS4, Xbox One, Switch. Oh, the Star Fox is exclusive to the Switch, of course. Alright. Is there a story? There's a story trailer, so there's that. I don't know much about this. Looks interesting. It looks like a what is it? That looked like No Man's Sky for a bit there. Analyze scanning an alien. There's fight. Space battles. Oh, but it's like the amiibo thing. That's what it is. So you can use. What is the term? Toy to life? No, there's something like that where you can just use that to. Like the amiibos have a certain what is it? Disney Infinity and stuff. That was all a type of genre. I forgot what it was called. Something to life. Oh well. I mean, that game looked pretty cool. A lot of it was pre-rendered. Oh, no, not pre-rendered. I'm sorry. They had gameplay, but I don't know what was happening. I might just move on from Ubisoft because I did not see it at all because of work. I'm just gonna move on to the stuff I've actually seen because me talking about stuff I haven't seen is just not. It ain't real. So we're just gonna go straight to Sony. Let's take a look at Sony's shite. Oh, right off the bat. Last of Us Part 2. Actually, let me not say Last of Us. First off the bat was a musical performance. By somebody by the I guess the head guy, the composer that worked on Last of Us 1. Let me just say something about this Sony press conference. I knew there was something going to be up when the first thing I saw was a musical performance. And then it kept happening. Chat says that I answer the above question. That question can be answered later. Yeah, musical performance, which was great because I think it was just the theme song of Last of Us or maybe a modified version of it. And then it throws us into Last of Us Part 2, which was a trailer showing a grown-up Ellie at a church or some shindig with a bunch of military people on their off-duty, having fun, dancing, drinking, whatever. It transitions from that cutscene to another cutscene where she's out in the jungle. It's dark. It definitely contrasts the cutscene beforehand where everybody's having a good time. And it transitions to someone getting stabbed right in the neck, multiple times. And then it becomes a game demo. The demo showed mostly the same type of gameplay from the sneaking gameplay from the first game. They did add the ability to prone, so now you can sneak up on people through to low grass. The contextual cover in tall grass, very similar to Horizon Zero Dawn. I think they updated the enemy detection as well, from what I saw from the trailer. But I don't remember if that was the same way as in the first Last of Us. They have a little circular reticle, and depending on where you're getting seen, it highlights that circle. Very Metal Gear Solid or MGS5. They updated the melee system to play a lot like Uncharted's with the I can only assume because they didn't show any prompts, but triangle will probably evade when square just attacks, very Uncharted-like. They did mention her as the Wolves multiple times. I don't know if that's a new faction. Like, where are the Fireflies at this point? If she's being considered a wolf, or maybe she's going by the wolf now, or I don't know what that is. Having wounds small wounds to tend to was pretty cool to watch. She was hit with an arrow, and as soon as she was hit on the shoulder. And a HUD element came up saying R1 with an arrow icon saying to remove it. Well, it will stay there for a while until she found cover, hit R1, and she pulled it out of herself. Whether or not it's going to be a consistent thing throughout the whole game, no one knows. There was a special animation for picking up an arrow off of a dead guy. So I'm not sure if that's going to also be a consistent thing or was just part of this slice. And then once the gameplay was done, it was transitioned back to the church scene to finish the kiss. And they spoke more dialogue, and then ends. The game I'm sure it's gonna be fine. In my opinion, they didn't add much to gameplay there. It just looks like more Last of Us, which is, yes, because Last of Us 1 was great, so it's just more of that.
Where was Joel?
Everyone's still speculating where Joel is. At this point, we need to presume he's dead. Or has died in some way. I'm sure we'll find out. Because none of these... Is it two? I think it's been 2 or 3 cutscenes now that doesn't give us a time that it takes place in. What was I going to say? Wow. What am I going to say?
Ellie looked like she's in her 20s? She looks like she's in her early 20s.
Excuse me, sorry. Ellie is indeed in her 20s. I think she's 19 or 20. It's been cited in one of the interviews. So she's all grown up. Kind of. After that, they transition to a panel of some sort so they can get people out of that church room into the actual where the press conference was going to be. It looked like a mess. For the people who were there, it was, why would you do that? I thought that was just not it was not ideal. Anyway, while they were buying time for people to move to the next location, they Sean Layden but announced that the God of War is having a new game plus, having to play the game, a regular new game. So I guess you get to play through with all your stuff. So I can't speak on that, what that's going to entail, but they said it's in the works. It's coming down later on. After that, they took I guess they just announced Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was getting 4 remastered maps from the previous Black Ops. Those maps are also going to be in Black Ops 4, I think. That's what they mentioned. And that Black Ops 3 is free with PS Plus for this month. So if you've already claimed all your PlayStation Plus games, so you have another one to claim because they added it yesterday, today? What's that? They added it yesterday, last night, or I guess this morning. So go ahead and claim that. It's a free game. Well, not free because you're paying for PS Plus, but you know what I mean. After that, Destiny 2 DLC. The Twitch stream literally died on us as it started and then came back when it ended. So all we know is that the character that I think Nolan North voices is not Nolan North. It's is Nolan? No, the guy from Firefly. What's his name? I'm bad with names. Oh well, sorry. I think it's him anyway. It looks like he was either getting killed or he looks destroyed. That man is laying on the ground, his face is beat up. He looks destroyed. Anyways, the DLC is called Forsaken and it'll be out September 4th, according to the trailer, I think it was. Then they moved back to the actual press conference and another musical performance about Ghost of Tsushima. So after the musical performance, they went into Ghost of Tsushima. Tsushima? Sorry if I'm pronouncing that. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Tsushima.
All right. The game looks great. Combat looks pretty responsive. It looks very same type of same type of melee. Chess is Suzuki. That's completely wrong. What was I gonna say? Threw me off. The melee, yeah. The combat seems very fluid. What the hell just happened? It looks like it's playing like I don't even know how to to coin the term. It's like a Batman fight melee combat system. It looks like if you're fighting multiple people, you can directionally pick who you want to attack. Looks like there's counters and regular. I don't know if there's a strong attack or not, but it looks like counters are in it, and you can spam square to keep attacking. There seems to be Uncharted-like movement because this man threw a rope at the edge of a building and just flew at it.
Is that why you laughed?
Yeah, because I'm like, what the... It seemed very grounded up until that point. Like, he's on a horse, he gets off of it, it looks very weighted, and then he just throws this fucking rope and he flies towards the end of it, and I'm like, okay, so I guess we're going a little bit into fancy there. Cutscenes look pretty good. It seems like you're playing Batman when it is because he entered the hut and enemies were highlighting as if, hey, you can do a air takedown or some sort on whoever you wanted to. It just seemed very Samurai Batman. Up until the end of the demo, it showed off a 1 versus 1 sword duel against a traitor, I guess. What was I gonna say? That looked like there might be a different battle system on the 1v1 because I mean the camera changed. It was very cinematic, the fight, so that might be like a separate mode when you go 1v1. Who knows? I don't think they showed a release date. Yeah, to be announced. So we don't know when it's coming out. They'll probably show the release date in PSX or something, but who knows? After that, Remedy, was it Remedy? Yeah, Remedy decided to announce a new game. Multi-platform. Called Control. It looked like a third-person telekinesis looking game. It looked very trippy. I don't know any of the plot synopsis because I have not looked into it, but it was you playing as this female who is in some sort of organization, and she can fly, throw objects, warp. Looks like it's warping reality. It's a very trippy looking game. It looks fun because you can shoot things, throw things. It looks like a good time. So I have more information on that later. I don't know. And then the Resident Evil 2 remake was shown. I thought it was going to be a remake in the same vein as the first Resident Evil HD, where it was just updated assets and like base mechanics would still be there with the set camera, and I guess not. They completely remade it from the ground up. It's playing over the shoulder. And they remade a lot of the places, a lot of the settings of Resident Evil 2. I've never played Resident Evil 2, but now I will play this because it's something I can relate to here. Shooting things over the shoulder. It looks like it's playing like Resident Evil 4. Actually, I don't know if it plays like Resident Evil 4 because I don't know if you can move while aiming. So that's to be determined. But it looks like they're moving to a more action-based remake, which it looked great. I wasn't going to play Resident Evil 2 remake because I thought it was going to be just an updated assets version of the second one. But yeah, this one looks promising, and they already gave it a date. January 25th is when it's coming out. Of next year. Obviously not this year. After that, Justin Roiland, I don't remember his name. Guy from Rick and Morty. Justin Roiland? I think it's Justin Roiland. And who else is doing it? And Squanch Games are working on a game together. VR experience as well. It's an exclusive for PS4. It's called Trover Saves the Universe. Looks like a platformer. An action platformer. It basically was like, hey, we're making a game. Here's a couple seconds of it. And then the guy dies in the bathtub. And then they move on. So I'm just going to move on. More Kingdom Hearts for the third time. Same game, 3 different conferences. They showed off the Jack Sparrow world. What the hell am I talking about? Pirates of the Caribbean. The characters in that world look great. The 3D renders look great. There's ship battles in it. It'll come out January 29th. They also announced a package where you get all of the remaps, the re-HDs, 2.85, whatever, Birth by whatever, like all of them. Into one package, so you can get all of the Kingdom Hearts for PS4, and I think that package is exclusive, so you can't get all those on a different console, which that's silly, especially if that package should be available for Xbox since they're going to be getting Kingdom Hearts 3 anyway, so how would they play the previous one? That would been a perfect time to let them catch up. But who knows? Maybe that's a timed exclusive thing, and maybe that bundle will come out later. Chat says they also showed Ratatouille. So yes, I didn't write that one down, I guess. They showed Ratatouille, and I don't know if that's the first time they showed the world, but Ratatouille will also be in the game. So, fantastic. Oh my god, now we're going to Death Stranding. Oh my lord. So, once again, we're here, just more questions and playing celebrity roulette. They added 2 more famous actresses, sorry. The gameplay they decided to show us was Norman Reedus walking.
As the FedEx man.
Yeah, as the FedEx man, delivering any sort of packages. One of them was a body bag, quite literally, and then and there was once he had like 7 boxes on him.
He must be super strong or something.
He might be super something. Either way, the only gameplay mechanics we've seen besides walking is he makes deliveries. The game has to do with some sort of time. I don't know if it's time travel or manipulation of time, because it was mentioned multiple times throughout this trailer. And even at the end, one of the new actresses ate a bug and said that eating one of those keeps some time thing away. I don't know what's going on. You use the babies to detect where those shadowy figures are gonna kill you, I guess. So we got more questions from Death Stranding, and you can walk. So that's what we got for we can walk on different terrains. It looks like he was on Mars on one of them. A bunch of hills. Visually looks great. What else? They mentioned something about leveling up, so I guess you get different. Who knows? So yeah, I was Death Stranding. After that, Neo 2, which was a cool, pre-rendered trailer. So the pre-rendered trailer looks great, but Neo 2 was also a game that felt great during combat. So, and it was well received too. So this was no surprise when I saw it. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. No announced date. Team Ninja's still working on it. It's gonna be out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So not an exclusive. But yeah, that's all they showed for that. And then on to Spider-Man to end the show. Great demo. That to me was their game of the show. Like, that looked more fun than anything they ever showed. And yesterday's conference, or in that conference. The demo was him getting to the raft, which is where a lot of the superheroes are kept behind bars. Electro was letting everybody out. I thought at first he was trying to assemble the Sinister Six right there and then there. I'm like, that's the fastest way I've ever seen you assemble a group of people. But it doesn't seem like a way. It seems like there's a boss above Mr. Negative, which I thought Mr. Negative was the main bad guy, but he was also at the rooftop, and then, oh my god, you, and then it cuts. The Spider-Man sees somebody, and I don't know who or what it is. It's probably Iron Man. Yeah, that they ended with Spider-Man. After that, they showed. I'm sorry, I forgot one. From Software announces a VR game. From Software announces a VR game that doesn't look like anything they've ever done. Like, it's heavily story driven. It's like you're in this house. Excuse me. And there's like a family there, and there was no slashing, there was no bonfires. It looks like a heavy departure from what they've been releasing. So it looks cool. There's no announced date on that. That's pretty much all the conferences announcements that they've been showing. They've been showing things after the fact. Like, looking through here, they announced the Wolfenstein Cyberpilot VR experience. I don't know much about it, but this segment was just going to be for the press conferences, because I'm sure there's going to be more announcements throughout the week, but I got to get this thing recorded. Yeah, that's all the press conferences. I guess the next thing would be to rank them. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm stupid. There's the Nintendo Direct. I don't have notes on that, but I saw the Nintendo Fan Service Direct. Wow.
What is that?
They had okay, so let's start with Daemon X Machina. I came in watching it during the Smash Bros. Ultimate, so all these other games I don't know anything about until now. But this looks like a huge mech. I guess we can look at it together. Daemon X Machina looks like a... What is it? It looks like a Zone of the Enders type of game, from what I'm seeing here. Mechs versus each other, exploding. It looks great. That's going to be out 2019 apparently. Mech Combat. They showed off Xenoblade Chronicles 2. September 14th release date. Only on Switch. These are all Nintendo came out with the exclusives this time. They announced Super Mario Party. They changed the gameplay, so now it plays like the old ones. So it's not let's race Bowser to the end, and it looks like it's back to there it is. There's actually mini games again. They had mini games before, but now I guess you're going down around the board. Yeah, here we go. Which is great. That's the Mario Party I remember and love. So that's definitely going to be probably an instant buy, because Mario Party games are always usually hilarious. They're very creative mini games. After that, Fortnite for Switch. I mean, we all saw that coming. 7 miles away. Overcooked 2 was announced, not an exclusive. Will be out on all the other consoles on PC August 7th. Fortnite, I think, was, June 12th. So today. I guess it's out. Fire Emblem 3 Houses was announced exclusive against Switch Q2 of 2019. Which is great for Fire Emblem. Wow, man, try again. Fire Emblem fans. Killer Queen Black, Q4 of 2018. What is this? A winner of a bunch of awards. It looks like very pixelated. I don't know what's happening. Okay, it looks like a battle game, I guess. I don't know what it is, but okay, I'll give that a shot sometime. Is it only for? No, it's only for Switch. Or no, did I just say it might be? Yeah, it's exclusive. Hollow Knight's coming to the Switch. Great. Played Hollow Knight. Streamed it. Recorded, I think, too. So yeah, well, I highly recommend Hollow Knight. So if it's coming on Switch, you haven't played it, Switch will probably be a great place to play it on too. Play it on the go. Dragon Ball FighterZ was a good announcement for the Switch, because why wouldn't you want to play Dragon Ball Fighters anywhere you possibly could? SNK Heroines. I don't know what that is. Coming on September 7th for PS4 and Switch. Fighting game, I guess. Is it just the females? I'm scared to look at this. It looks like it's... Yeah, it looks like it's just mostly the females in somewhat fan servicey outfits. Yeah. That's coming out when? Did I just say September 7th? And then Octopath Traveler. Exclusive for the Switch, coming out July 13th. It's by Square. So, you guys into the classic RPGs? You got it. Is it turn-based though? That's my one question. Let me see combat. It looks like it might be. They're not showing combat. There's a lot of story. Classic. Ugh. Alright. Not ugh in disgust. Ugh as in frustration because they're not showing gameplay. It's turn-based. Alright. So if you're into those classic turn-based RPGs, you got another one. Chat said filling me in. 2v2 girl-only fighter. There's some fan service costumes. They look like a lot of them were. And I think that's everything but the main attraction, which was Smash Brothers Ultimate. I'm sorry, Smash Brothers Ultimate fan service. They said, how can we make every single person happy? We just add everything Smash Bros. Has ever done into one game. And that's basically what they did. They showed off for 3 minutes. Okay. So Nintendo decided we're adding every single character from all the Smash Bros. Games. We're bringing back a shitload of stages and giving them the HD remake from all the other games. Not all of them. Some of the other what's it called? New assist trophies. New, what was it? Something clone, Echo clone or something. The same way they had a Dark Cloud and Dark something else. Who knows what it was? Anyway, they announced Daisy is gonna be that for Peach, which is fantastic. I mean, they never added her to the game, which would be great. Echo Fighters, thank you, chat. Dark Pit. Yeah, they changed a bunch of moves per character. Marth has voiceovers. Like, Ice Climbers are finally back because they're adding every single character. They're adding the Inkling. Where is that at? With using all of its Splatoon weapons. They've reworked a bunch of the what is it? The final smashes. A lot of them are a lot shorter now, which is good. Ability to play as a female Pokemon trainer. Oh, the Ryu's update was actually very interesting. Excuse me. So if you're playing 1v1 with Ryu, and you're playing as Ryu, it becomes Street Fighter. He automatically looks at his opponent, and the inputs are now as if you were playing Street Fighter. I forgot Solid Snake is back as well. Yeah, everyone got their... Oh, Game & Watch, I forgot. It got its updated animations to look more like the old game. They still have 8-player matches. Yeah, like Smash. This is like the biggest fans for everyone who like Smash Bros. And any of the Smash Bros. You have all your characters here. You have the stages. I forgot what else. I know something else was good too, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, Ridley. They added Ridley. Everyone was hoping Ridley came out like 2 games ago. Really not is going to be a playable character. I'm sure they can add more characters now, but this is literally the ultimate fan service Smash Bros. Like, hold on, let me just go through. This is basically all you need to see. It's just the wall of characters in the game. It's like 60 characters. Just back to back. It's almost everything you want. Everyone is there. That's probably the biggest thing of Smash Bros. Ultimate. Everyone you thought was, the question of who's gonna make it this time is everyone. Chad is also confirming that Sakurai said that they won't be adding a lot of people because of how big the roster is, which makes sense because 60 something characters is already freaking ridiculous. Not ridiculous in a good way. And that was the end of Nintendo's conference. They announced a bunch of exclusives on their console, which was great. Told everybody, hey, Smash Bros. Ultimate fan service is coming out later. Which I'm not complaining, that's fantastic. Excuse me, jeez, I'm still gassing. I think that's all of them. That's all the conferences I saw. And there's still announcements after the fact. But I mean, I'm not going to cover all of that here. We're already at an hour and 48 here. The only thing left to do now is rank them. What is Speed Brawl? Hold on. Core 3 2018. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and Windows. 2D Combat Racer. Give me a second. Let's see what this is real quick. It's only 30 seconds anyway. So, hopefully it has gameplay and not just this animation. Because it looks very cool. This is our style here. Okay, it's just not going to show gameplay. Nope. Coming soon. No gameplay. Got it. Characters look cool though. Speed Brawl. Well, I guess we'll look into that later. Yeah, let me, which conferences did I see? I saw, let me write this down real quick. So the best showing. The best showing definitely goes for, actually, how are we going to grade this though? Because of exclusives or? My personal top is definitely going to be Microsoft's. Because it was just back-to-back games. Some of them were pre-recorded. A lot of them were actual in-game trailers. Some of them were in-engine, whatever. But the Cyberpunk thing did give me a surprise, and that one skyrocketed. Nintendo's probably a close second because of all that fan service. PlayStation right afterwards, because Spider-Man, every time I see it, looks better and better. And Resident Evil Remake caught my eye too, because that drastic redesign was fantastic. And then Bethesda, because I mean Wolfenstein, I mean Fallout's cool too, but I voiced my opinion on the whole co-op thing. I don't think that was enough. That's not a huge bullet point to sell a Fallout game, in my opinion. But I mean, like that, I still believe that could have been added on as an expansion, but we'll see. Chat says Sony is coming out very strong too with The Last of Us 2 and Death Stranding. Cobra, I think you came in late because Death Stranding showed me absolutely nothing. It showed me Norman Reedus walking and more celebrity actors. That's not. Am I gonna be? Is that how I'm gonna be playing the game? Is that my loop? I walk for 20 minutes and then a new actress comes in. That game is still a huge question mark for me. And The Last of Us 2 is more Last of Us, which is good, but they haven't done anything like. It's not. How can it's not nothing new, but not in a bad way. Like that's fine. More Last of Us is fantastic. It'll be immersive. It'll have great story, great writing, great characters. It's just not. Like, they didn't have surprises. That conference didn't have any surprises. Ghost of Tsushima looked fine. Control looked okay. Kingdom Hearts was shown like 7 times for some reason throughout all these press conferences. I think it was 3 actually, or 4. But I think that was my list. Did I get everybody? Oh no, and then EA, I guess, will be last. Even though I love the Battlefield 5 and Anthem. I think I got everything. But yeah, that's about it for the news, and that's already like almost 2 hours there. I don't know what the next section would be. Would be I guess, what am I playing at the moment? Nothing, because I've been working mostly with the new job, and then I did load up Battlefield 1 again on PC, and man, it still handles great. Yeah, this is just a inaugural? No, that's not the right word. Debut episode of the podcast. I'm probably gonna have a better structure and format later on. Just needed to get all this E3 stuff out of the way. They showed off Yakuza. I'm just rambling at this point, so might as well just end it. Yeah. That about does it for this week's episode of Name Here. Thank Craig Ferguson for that. But Star Citizen, they showed Star Citizen? Alright. Yeah, and I'll probably think of a better structure for later on, like what have I been playing, or I guess the section will be called what I'm consuming at the time. Yeah, next week we'll see what happens. What's on the news? What other stuff they announced between now and then? Because we still have 3 or 4 days of E3 to go through. They might make some radical announcements between now and then, or maybe just more impressions of how the games play, more information. I mean, I'm not gonna have interviews here with any other devs, so we have to get it from somewhere else. Yeah, that's about it for this episode. Thank you guys. We'll be back next week probably with the news. Bye.